Coach, when they start coming one after the other, how beneficial is it to have old guys, mature, that can take it, take a scout and digest it quickly?
I do think it is beneficial if you got guys that, older guys that have been around, and especially when he played against teams multiple times, even over the past couple of years, you have a feel for that. Obviously this time of year, I think we all have a feel for each other, but it is beneficial when you have older guys that can, as heard scout reports, and guys that can make things happen on the fly. And our older guys have been pretty good at that.
How beneficial is almost a full week off between games this time of year?
You know, I hope it's been good for us. Last time we had our bye week prior, I think Missouri, I think was what it was. I thought we were a little bit slow getting going, but I hope, or open day, it wasn't a week. But I felt like this time of year, I think most teams you need a rest, probably emotionally as much as anything, just for to be able to come down a little bit. And today's a big day for us. We've got to get back at it and get prepared for whoever we're going to see on Friday.
Which is more difficult to deal with, an elite perimeter defender or an elite rim protector?
Which one's more easy to deal with?
Which one's more difficult to deal with?
I think both in their own way. I mean, if you got an elite perimeter guy that can really guard the ball and keep you from getting the ball started where you want to get it started and get you playing with your back to the basket, that puts a lot of pressure. But when you get to the rim, obviously, when you're looking over your shoulder, it can create a lot of problems. And but I can tell you this: I'd like to have one of each. I'd like to have both of them. But I think it all depends on what kind of team you have and what you're trying to get done. And so, but if you've got one or the other, you've got a weapon.
Do you think going into this time of year could be the thing that might light a fire under Santi to open up and shoot a little bit more?
I certainly hope so, because he's done so much for us, and I just want to see him go out on a great note and play up to his ability and what he's capable of. And I really hope so. I think that so many people are pulling for him to do that, and but it's going to be up to him to. He knows what he's capable of, and he's got to believe in it, and he's got to go out and go after it.
I know it's something that's been talked about throughout the year, but how many times have you talked to him, point out in film and all those things? Hey, could have shot there, could have shot there.
A lot, we have, and not just myself, but his teammates too. They tell him. I mean, I've heard Zakai say it to him many times. I've heard Dalton say it. I've heard Josiah, all of them say it, and so it's up. But I certainly understand. If you played the game, when you feel it, when you don't. But still, you can't get in rhythm if you don't, at some point in time, start taking shots when they're there.
Coach, you've done this a long time, obviously. Can you put into perspective how unusual it is for a guy Zakai's size to have the impact he does? To be named a player of the year at a conference like this.
He's special. I've had we've had good success with some smaller guards, but I go back when there's no way again that we knew that he would have the impact that he had when he got here. Really, I said it. We meant it. We were going to redshirt him, and when he walked on campus, we're like, we can't do that because of talking about elite perimeter defense and the way he went at it. And again, he spoils you as a coach because what you see him do every day. That's what in a game, that's what he does every day. And you expect him to lead your team, and you don't expect him to ever have a down day, which he doesn't have. If he's had some, I could probably count him on one hand. But I don't know if any of us could predict that he could do what he's done and the way he's done it. But as I've gotten to know him and really know him, I'm not surprised because he's been a guy that has always found a way to get through whatever circumstance he's been in with his family, as off the court, whatever it is. I'm not surprised because he is just a person that has tremendous confidence. He's a person who's got tremendous faith in the fact that he knows he's going to find a way to get through the wilderness some way, somehow.
How does this team handle going off script in comparison to other teams, like when the scouting report isn't going exactly how it's planned?
How they going off script?
Yeah.
I think they're good. I think they understand offensively what we're trying to get done, and you know, we like spontaneity. We don't want it. We want to be. We play out of concepts, and so I think the guys that have played the majority of minutes understand what we're trying to do. And I mentioned last week, I think they've gotten better to understand what each one of them is good at and how they can play to that strength. But defensively, when we get off script, we're not very good. When we're not locked into our scout report and stay locked in, we can get exposed, and that's happened to us a couple times. And right now, we've got to understand it's so important to stick to our game plan and what we need to do.
You sleep better in March when you have a score like Dalton and you're not relying strictly on out-defending teams?
Yeah, I think if you ask every coach before a game, if there's one thing you like, you say, hey, what would you like to see done today? I really think that if you ask every coach, honestly, it'd say, make shots. Make shots. Because there's a lot of things as coaches you think you can control through time with your players, but the one thing you can't control is the fact that we can make the ball go in the basket, and you know your players want to make them. And I've seen some of the very best of the best struggle, as we've seen with this team and teams in the past. But the fact that when you've got a team that you've got, I think we've got multiple guys who I think if they head to their ability, they've got a chance to make shots. But one of the tough feelings is when, to answer that question, is when you know you're going to struggle to score. It's tough knowing, can we defend well enough? Can we find a way to score enough points to win the game?
Any worry with this group and veterans that they'll be complacent after the last week or so of championships and awards?
I don't think, in terms of complacency, that this group, I mean, that would totally catch me off guard. I mean, we talk about our goals and what we're doing, and this hasn't been a team. And we like every team, you'll have some stretches during the season where you feel like you're not, I don't know the words complacency as much as it is focused, you know, locked in like you need to. But it's a long season, and to do that, you've got to have a special group of guys. And for us to accomplish what we've done up to this point, I think that we've got a group of guys that realize how difficult it is to win, and certainly going to a conference tournament. I mean, you can make a case that there's a lot of teams that could, you know, catch some lightning and bottle, even the ones that aren't, the ones that are playing early that can make a run through the tournament. But that would totally catch me off guard with this group if we let up in any way.
Coach, you guys have been really competent in winning a South Carolina style game or scoring 100 in Rupp. How important is it to be able to play both this time of year?
I think it is. I think that, you know, we want to play. We do want to play fast ourselves, but when we play against teams that are wanting to slow us down, I think that we can settle in and play that way. And because of the versatility we have with our team, you know, we've got, as you guys know, we've got a multitude of ways we can play this team, different lineups, and so whatever comes our way, I think that we will have a chance to adapt to.
Who do you think's the best at handling going off script, offensively and defensively?
Well, to be honest, we don't go off script a lot. I mean, we don't. I mean, we have our concepts, and I've said before, when you are a scorer like Zakai, that guys in Dalton and Jordan Gainey, those three guys in particular, they're very confident players, and if they're open, I think they're going to shoot it, and when they get that look that they're going to go with it. But we don't get off script a lot, and when we do, it's not good for anybody, really.
Where's your confidence out with the young guys if there's a situation they need to play with this season?
I personally have a lot of confidence in our younger guys because I've watched them work and get better, and I hope they realize too that they better be ready because they've had a really terrific attitude coming to practice every day. They're trying to get better. They're competing, but I don't have a problem putting any of them out there.
Last one from Mike.
Is there an upside to playing for a 1 seed, or is it not a huge difference in the NCAA a 1 and a 2 to you?
You know, again, what I would say, you know, you hear all the different people, hey, conference tournaments can wear you out, this, that, or whatever. I don't think any player or coach has ever won a game and think, well, benefit by losing. I don't think that, but when you're where we are in the year that we've had, I just think you can go take care of business and business will take care of itself. And we could talk about it, discuss it. With the way the tournament is now, where we've seen every seed beat the other one, I'm not sure if it does or doesn't matter. What matters more is probably the matchups you're matched up against when the bracket comes out. That probably plays more of a role in it than seeds.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.